in. Alright, that's enough of that. Oh, I'm fixing to open that thing up. Okay. Alright guys, this is either going to be my best video or my worst video. And what this is my buddy Oregonmike on YouTube, Oregonmikes channel. He has came up with a challenge. And what he did is he sent me a box and he said, take the box, put Nick in charge, and go out in the woods and build a shelter and spend the night. So, he said for me to take the box out in the woods and open it up on camera, which I am doing. Let me read the letter, look in here, and I'll get right back with you, okay? Okay, here's a letter. I'm gonna read it. I've done read over it real quick, make sure I can read it all. Dear Mr. Crazy Shelter Man, here are the rules. You are allowed to bring a canteen of water, a knife, and your appropriate clothes for the forecasted weather, okay? I brought a knife, I brought my backpack, which he said I could bring. I got me a canteen of water, and then when he said appropriate clothes, I just went ahead and brought me a light jacket because it may get a little cool at night, okay? And when I talked to him the other day, he said that I could bring a machete, so I brought a machete too.
Wait, no machete. In the letter, there is no machete.
But Mike said I could have a machete over the phone. I can't have a machete?
No, give me the machete.
You're in charge. Kids. Alright. You will also bring this box and of course Nick with you. The idea is to see what kind of shelter you can come up with using only the contents of this box and to spend the night using the shelter. There are some items that are labeled with Nick's name. These are for him to go along with his normal stuff that he brings into the woods. Basically, Nick will be living high on the hog while you will be getting by with much less. Some of the items in the package are of high quality, some are from the dollar store, others are items that I have found while out in the woods myself and represent scavenged items. There are a few items that are wild cards, may be useful, maybe not. As you know, some ideas have many uses that are obvious. There could even be small items that could be easily lost or overlooked. Inside you will find a second package labeled Nick's Choice. The idea behind this is if you're having trouble freezing, curled up in the fetal position, Nick has the option of letting you open and use the second package. Make him sweat a little, Nick. Well, Mike, he already has. He took my machete away. Okay, now this is Nick's Choice. Okay, it's unopened. Nick, this goes, let me put this. Oh, and incidentally, this is a Rothko backpack. This is Nick's backpack. Mike also sent it to him. So, thank you, Mike. Oregonmikes is a great guy. I hope y'all visit him. Okay, now that's Nick's Choice. This is obviously food. Yeah, so this is Nick, this is your food. This is what you get to eat. Did you bring a stove?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Now, this is your kit to be opened in the field. Well, Nick, I'm keeping the box too. I may use it. You hang on to the letter because you're in charge. All right, well, basically what we're going to do now is to make it even more challenging to myself. Instead of opening it up and finding out what's in the package and then choosing a shelter location, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just find a location, stop, open it up, and build a shelter wherever we're at. And I'll just be able to handle whatever I get into. So, all right, Nick, you about ready to go?
Yep.
Cut that thing off and let's go find a location and let's get this day started. Alright, I think this is about as good as it's going to get when you're on the side of a mountain. Now, I like the looks of these trees here. I don't know what's in the package, but maybe I can use something with these trees or those two small trees back there. Alright, here we go. Let's see what is in the package. I've been dying to see. Oh my. Alright. Canteen. Alright, let's see what I get to spend the night with. My Oregonmikes Shelter Challenge. What do we got here? Hey, look at that. I didn't even have to bring a pack. Look at that. Spend the night in a pack. Let's see what's in this little thing here. I like that pack. Alright. Let's see. Untie it. It's an old pack. I ain't never seen one like this. Alright. Here, cut that off just a second while I undo all these. Alright, let's see now. I got all that string off there. It was tied in a few knots. Alright. Let's see. Looks like, let me open it up here. Plastic drop cloth. Good, I got a roof over my head. Alright, plastic drop cloth. He gave me a little bit of fuzzy wuzzy. He gave me a board here. I think I'm to assume that's for making fire. Oh man, food. Now, I didn't know about this. All right. Hickory smoked spam. And I thought I was going to have to round up some food. A bungee cord. A spring. All right. It's from the canteen shop. It's one of those stoves that fits on the bottom of the canteen. That's why I said bring the canteen. That's pretty cool. All right, got a garbage bag. What's this in here? All right. He let me have a flint striker. I get to start a fire. I'm not going to starve to death. Dang, see, I thought I was going to have to spend a little bit of toilet paper, stuff that we don't talk about very often. Bank line, rope, a little bit of rice, and some noodles. Man, that's great. I thought I was going to have to be running around hunting for some food tonight. That's awesome. Oh, coffee. Man, that's great. Coffee. All right, let's see right here now. Got a little bit more rope. Got a fortune cookie for dessert. He gave me the luxury of a spoon. That's pretty cool. What we got here? Cooking fuel, sterno. Look at that. I don't even have to have a fire. Man, Mike, you're making it too easy. What is this? Oh, look. How cool. A little orange squirty fish. Alright, let's see what else we got in here. Got some creamer for the coffee. Got some forks and spoons and stuff from Subway. Yeah, got 2 packs of creamers. Alright, okay, now that's all inside there. I think he gave me a total of 2 different pieces of rope, 2 small rope, and 1 big rope. And then I think that other stuff is bank line. That's what that looks like. But I got a drop cloth and a garbage bag. Okay, now one more thing on the side kit here. I have a space blanket. I think that's what it looks like. Let's see. A space blanket. Hardest part's getting it out. What'd you do? Glue it in, Mike? Yep. That's a space blanket. I think it ain't gonna be a bad night. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get the shelter built because I'm not starving to death. And what I'll probably do is I'll have the coffee tonight and the rice tomorrow. So let's do that, and I'll get to working on this shelter right here, and then maybe we'll cook up some food if it don't get dark. Alright, I'll get back with you. Alright. Now I found this right here. Once again, I am going to have to cut down 2 greenings, but this curvy stick here, it's the weirdest looking thing I've ever seen, but it's going to work perfect for the trees that I've got set up. And all I got to do is I'm going to take this back to camp, and then I got to cut these 2 down. And all I got to say is, Mike, thank you for sending me the food. I thought I was going to be running around here getting cattails and mushrooms and things. But thank you for sending me the food because I'm going to need it. Because building this shelter with a knife, because somebody won't let me have a machete as a challenge.
Me.
So, I know. Let me cut these down right here with a knife, and I'll get back with you.
Don't worry. I've cut down a tree with a knife before. It stays sharp. It'll work.
Yeah, but you got a nice oven and some spaghetti. Y'all hear that airplane? That airplane going over. I don't know if they were looking for you. I don't know if you could get a smoke signal up through this canopy or not. But if you did, I would burn all the plastic. Mike, I'd burn you a little orange fish. All right, now what I got so far is I grabbed me up 2 saplings, okay, which are very well earned because I had to do them with a knife because somebody said that I couldn't have a machete because it wasn't in the letter.
I did.
Yeah, I know. Mike, thanks for the sterno and the food. This shelter with a knife is a doozy. I'm gonna be tired when I get done. But anyway, Mike's giving me my choice of 2 small pieces of rope, and I don't know what that is. It looks like something almost like a heavy-duty stringer for maybe saltwater fishing. But basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use 1 rope for my headboard and 1 for my footboard, and then I'm gonna use this for my actual bed, and then I'm gonna use the bank line for the drop cloth. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie this up to this tree right here and use it as a spreader bar. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of put a notch right here in it. Put kind of a flat notch in it right here. Okay, and then I'm gonna put wherever I want it right here. I'm gonna put kind of a notch right in there. Alright, now. Alright, I'm gonna tie that up and then we'll get back with you, okay? Alright, now what we got now is we got a stick and I got a little bit of a fork in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cram it up inside this tree right here, and I'm gonna set it right here, and I'm gonna try to get it kind of level. Okay, now I got it sitting right here, as you can see right here. And I got this other one, and I chose it's got a fork in it too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fork it off right here on this tree and set it right here. And see what I've done here is I've used this as a spreader bar. See, that way I ain't got to worry about tying these 2 off too close together, and I don't have the width I want. Now I've got the width I want. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this rope and I'm going to tie off this end. And since I've got a fork in it right here, that should hold it up pretty good. Then of course I'll put some kind of a wedge in here. So let me tie them off and then we'll get back with you. See, a lot of people, they complain and they say, oh, you know, talking about people carrying a big knife. Well, I knew to carry this because I'd only have 1. Well, I had a machete. But anyway, a big knife, it takes the place of a machete and a small knife. I'm just working on cutting me some bed supports now. Not as good as a machete, but it'll get the job done. Alright, now what we got is we got these braces right here that I've cut for the middle. So all I do is try to find a place right there, stab it in the ground, and push it up. There, now I've got me some support right there. Now put this down about right. Push it in the ground, and ease it up. Give it a push right there, a little bit further. And then I just secure the bungee cord to it. We'll get back with you after I got the bungee cord on, because then I'm going to start putting the rope around it. Alright, now as you can see, I got this bungee cord right here secured around this and secured around this. Now this came with 2 little rubber bands on each end. So I'm going to keep them, I may can use them later. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cord right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie it off to this tree. Okay. Tie this bad boy off right here. And then I'm just going to start looping round and round, just like this, okay? So, as soon as I got that done, then I think I'm going to have a pretty nice bed right here. I'll be nice and cozy, and me tying it off up here is going to kind of help, support the bed just a little bit, okay? So, just like I always do, I'm going to loop this around like this right here. See, just like that. Can you see that? We'll get you a different camera angle in just a minute. You might can see this. Alright, now as you can see, I got my bed right here all stretched out. Now, another interesting part. Okay? Mike didn't say I couldn't use the package. He said take the package out in the woods and build a shelter. So, I'm taking the package he gave me, and he gave me a little bit of packing. So, there we go. Thanks for the pillow, Mike. Alright, that's going to be my pillow. Now, as for this box right here, what I'm going to do next cut this tape off right here. Now what I'm fixing to do is I'm fixing to put the bank line up with the drop cloth for the roof. I'm doing this first because it just seems like anytime I do that, it's always real dark and you can't see good. But I'm also going to lay on this. And this will be my pillow. Okay, that's going to be part of it right there.
Looks cozy.
It will be cozy. All right, there goes my canteen. All right, basically, I'm gonna try to sleep on that night, and I may modify it a little bit, may move it down just a little bit. Well, I'm gonna see what that right there does. Well, matter of fact, let me see if it'll hold up my weight now, because you're not gonna be able to see me after I get the drop cloth on.
I think it might hold you up.
Oh, but there you go. Oh, there you have it. It's a heavenly shelter, Mike. I think I'm gonna settle right in all right tonight. It ain't gonna be no dang fun, but you know, I think it'll be all right. Oh, at least I got some food to eat. All right, I'm gonna whip that roof up real quick and show you, and then we're gonna cook up some chow because I'm kind of hungry. Okay. All right. All right. As you can see, I got the line up here. It's gonna keep the dew and the light rain off of me. Now, down here at the bottom, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna where the end where my feet is gonna be. I'm just gonna tie these into a knot. Okay. Tie them together to keep them from blowing away. Okay. And then on the other end, I got another trick for the other end. I'll carry you up there and show it to you in just a minute. I know Oregon Mike is a pretty clever guy, because I know what he meant now in the letter when he said small things may be overlooked. Well, these ain't regular rubber bands. I think he's cut me some Ranger bands. So now that end I tied where my feet is going to be, but where I'm going to be getting in and out, I just want this cloth held. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap this plastic around right here, and then I'm going to take this band and I'm going to secure it that way so that it's just holding it down. Okay, so now I'm going to do that to the other side, and then the shelter will be done and we'll be cooking. Okay. Alright, I love these mountainsides like this because they're just littered with rocks, and whenever I do a fire in a place like this with lots of leaves and pine straw, I'll dig a hole, but if I got a stove, big rock's the way to go. Alright, now what I got, I've been looking through the stuff here, and he gave me a can of sterno cooking fuel. Got it on a rock. Got this thing right here with the holes in it. It's from the canteen shop. And he even gave me a little sticker from the canteen shop. Old Rob's got some good equipment there. Y'all need to go visit him. Okay, now what I think I'm going to do, I'm trying to figure out a way of cooking this Spam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this thing up, and I'm going to get this striker out, and I'm going to light it, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to cook it, okay? So I'll get back with you. All right, now, this is Nick's food. Nick brought his oven, and I told him I'd cook for him since he is the cameraman, okay? So we're going to boil us up some water right here for Nick's spaghetti. Mike sent him some Mountain House spaghetti meatballs, spaghetti with meat sauce, okay? So that's Nick's food right there now. Nick actually gets to use the utensils that he brought. Okay, a neat little handle. Okay, now what I have discovered for this over here is what I'm going to do is he has only given me a part of a can of sterno. Lucky me. So now I got to figure out a way of doing this. And I think I figured out a way. And I've got that open. I got the striker open. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the Spam tonight and tomorrow, because that's a big old can right there. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to use the paper from the drop cloth. Here, move that camera right over here where you can see this a little bit better. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a drop cloth, okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to eat the whole can tonight, okay? I got to save the lid. The lid's part of the trick, okay? Let me put that right there. Now, I can't use Nick's stove. That's Nick's stuff. That's Nick's dinner. I'm supposed to be eating off of however I can eat here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've kept the lid, okay? Now what I'm going to do with it, I'm going to dump this out. And I'll probably be cooking. I'll be cooking as long as this will last. Come on. Come Come on. All right. Ooh, don't fall over on me. My lunch. That's a big old hunk of meat right there.
Looks good.
It does look good. Okay, so now what I got to do now is he gave me this, so I'm going to use whatever he has given me. In a sense, as I'm going to use this knife, and I'm going to cut off a small piece right here. Cut off a bunch of small pieces right here. Well, just for the sake of speeding things up, I'm going to cut this off a little at a time, but basically you get the idea. I'm using this package here as a cutting board. You can aim it, I'm going to set it right over here right now. Put that where it won't slide, and I'm going to cook all this up tonight, and I'm going to eat like a pig. And we're going to use up all of our water tonight. The only clean place around here, I guess, I don't know, my leg. But anyway. Alright, what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to set this here. Alright, cut that off a minute. Let me get this stuff situated. This keeps sliding. Alright, now I'm going to try to light this with this striker right here. Come on. There you go. Alright, now I got my sterno lit. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to put this over it, the little canteen stove. Okay. This is going to be my frying pan. Okay. It's going to be little pieces at a time. Take my fork out. Take my fork out and I'll lay the meat on there just little pieces at a time. And then I'm going to try to fry it up like that right there. So, alright. Nick's water's cooking up, warming up a little bit.
It's boiling now.
Alright, I'm fixing to put it in your bag. What I'll do is I'll put it in your bag and I'll let it set. This mountain stuff right here. You put it in put just hot water in the bag and you seal it, stir it up, and then you seal it up for 8 to 9 minutes and then you're ready to go. Hey, you hear that? Sizzling. Alright, cut that off so we can save battery time, because I don't want to change batteries tonight. I got to save the other battery for tomorrow, but as soon as we get this cooking, I'll get back with you, okay? Alright, I dumped Nick's water in here. You can see he's got his spaghetti was ready to eat. I stirred it up, and all you got to do is seal it up for 9 minutes, and he'll be ready to eat. Now, if you aim over here, you're real quiet, you can hear it sizzling. Mmm. Alright, rock on. That's some good eating right there. It's just going to take till dark to cook it. But basically, I guess on my first bite, I'll cut the camera back on, but we're about dead on battery for today. And I guess if I have to, I'll change it before I go to bed. But, you know, I'll make some coffee in the morning. This sterno's going to be gone once I cook all this Spam up. But I'll go to bed on a full belly, and it'll be cool. It'll keep me nice and warm tonight. Nick will have a full belly. He'll sleep over there in his hammock. But anyway, there's my little grill right there. You know, whoa, God, it's hot. Needed my gloves. But anyway, I mean, it worked out pretty good right there using this little thing as a grill on top of the sterno. Well, there's no reason to even move it. Of course, normally I didn't wear my Nomex gloves. I was trying out these cut-proof gloves right here, and they seem to do pretty good. They're pretty heavy duty. All right, cut that off, and when I'm ready to eat this, I'll cut it back on. All right, now what I'm gonna do, I think this here is ready to eat. Yep, don't that look good? I'll let that cool off for just a minute. And then I'll have another piece on here and I'll start cooking it. Oh, don't that smell good?
Whoa. See a flame coming.
It's alright. It takes a little bit of manipulating because you don't want to burn it. But basically, this is what Nick's going to have his spaghetti, and basically the rest of the night I'm just going to cook little pieces of Spam on this baby right here. God, that's good. Nice warm meal. Anyway, I'll eat like this. I like this little sterno stove. It's neat. I'm too tired to deal with a fire tonight. I'm just going to cook off this little lid right here. May even use the other part. But anyway, we'll catch you tonight when I'm going to bed. Okay? See ya. Alright. I don't know if you can see me or not. I'm getting a little cold. Nick's asleep, so I'm not going to bother him for option 2. So I'm going to get out and I'm going to get my clothes. My jacket. I don't know if you can see that or not. You can see I got my shelter. Can't see much out here. Here's my jacket. I'm going to put it on. I don't know if you can see much of the forest out there. Probably can't. Can you even see me? Hold on a minute. Let me change this. I'm going to attach my light to the camera. I can't attach the light to the camera at all. Can't see much of nothing out here really. But anyway, I'm gonna put my jacket on, and then, you know, every once in a while when it got real quiet, you know, I thought I knew this mountain pretty good. But evidently I didn't know this mountain very good, because I could hear a car off in the distance. And I think down at the bottom of this mountain there's a road, and I didn't even know it was there. It's kind of hard to hear up here though with the wind blowing hard. Let me get my jacket on. I'm going to show you something else pretty cool. Can you see my shelter? No, can't see it. See, this is exactly why I never do night shots, because they just don't work out and I don't have night vision. I got my jacket on, feeling pretty good. I'm gonna show you the full moon. I'm trying to show you the full moon, but it just ain't coming in. Trying to zoom in. I guess this camera's not good for long distances. But anyway, that right there is pretty much a Georgia night on the side of a mountain. Pretty creepy. If Nick wasn't here, I'd be pretty scared. I'll see you in the morning, guys. This just ain't very good filming. Oh, Mike, I didn't need option 2 yet. I put on my camouflage jacket. I'll be all right tonight. It's only about 50 degrees. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. All right, I found a use for the spring. See it up there? I knew I'd find us use for it. The drop cloth kept slipping down overnight. Don't that make you proud of me, Mike? The rest of the shelter seemed to hold up pretty good last night. But I found a use for the spring. Kept that from slipping down. Let's see how Nick's doing. Nick, get up. Nick. This ain't the Holiday Inn. Nick, get up. This ain't the Holiday Inn.
Got your fire going.
Yep. All right, kill that. Let me get it going. I gotta tell you, Mike, I love this little stove right here, this little canteen stove. This thing is wonderful. Because see, what I'm used to is, and I bought a bunch of them, I buy them all the time. These old junky military issue ones, these little thin pieces of junk, that, you know, nah, not for me. This one right here, you know, it's superior. I really do appreciate that. That is a good device right there. I'm done with these. So I'm gonna get this water boiling up, and then I'm gonna show you. I actually found out a trick for the little rubber fishy, and I'll show that to you in a minute. All right, this thing is right up my alley because I love small fires, small controlled fires. I don't like to get stuff out of hand. All right, now I'm trying to find a use for everything. Okay, so Mike gave me the rice, okay? Now rice, usually you have to soak it, so I didn't know what this wood was, so I just used it. I used the label as a cover, and I'm soaking the rice, okay? That's pepper, some spices I think he had in it. It ain't dirt. So, but it's spices, and it's spices, noodles, and rice, and I'm soaking it. Now what I'm gonna do is, check this out. I'm gonna try, I found a use for the fish, Mike. I'm gonna try to put it in there and draw the water out, because that way, no, it ain't working. Look at that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to draw this water out that's got the bleach in it, and then I'm gonna replace it with the wet water. Alright, so I found a use for it. Let me get this out, and then maybe this water will be boiling by the time I get all this out, but I found a use for it. Alright, we're getting close to a boil here. I'm gonna put part of the water in my rice, and then the other part I'm gonna have coffee. Thank you, Mike. Alright. Hey, I made it through the night without that second package, so what do you think about letting me have it? Just so we can see what's in it.
Oh, yeah. She did make it through the night. I'll let you see.
Alright, let's see what was in the backup package. I don't want to mess up what was inside it. Here, hold on, cut that off for just a second. Alright, I went ahead and took the gloves off because I didn't want to cut anything in here. But, man, I have really dulled my knife. Big time. It's a heavy duty package. Oh, I've already snagged what's inside it. Man, I have really dulled this knife bad by using it as a machete. Alright, go ahead and rip it open there. Alright, what do we got here? My favorite color, olive drab. Alright, let's see what we got in here. This is pretty cool. Let me undo it. Some kind of cover or something, or maybe it's a poncho. Look, matches. Oh, could have used them this morning. Nah, that wouldn't be as much fun. This is some kind of cover. Oh man, there's food in here. Look at that. Beef stew. Oh man. And a thermos. All right. Poncho, beef jerky. Man, tea candle. Man, that is so cool. And I believe, let me move all this to the side right here. Man, this is great, Mike. I might have to send you a Christmas present. Alright, let's see what this thing is. Let me get it completely undone. Oh, it's a lightweight bivvy. It's either a bivvy or it's a bag. I'm not real sure what it is. I don't know, but I like it. I could have covered up with it because it's got silver on the inside. That's that reflective, heat reflective stuff. God, that is awesome. I love that. It's some kind of a bag. That's great. Well, if it got real cold, that would have saved me. All right, we got this water about boiling right here. Let me get it to a rolling boil, and then we'll cut you back on while I make the coffee and the rice. Okay. All right, let's see. I think I got that water plenty hot enough. I got all that water drained off of this rice right here, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put me some hot water in here. Don't that look good? While the coffee's steeping, and while the rice is steeping, I'm gonna tear down my shelter, and then I'll be ready to have some coffee and some rice. All right, I gotta say something about this. This is great. Finding this curved stick. Because normally when I'm using 2 pieces of wood for a shelter, I have to have 2 trees and 2 pieces of rope. But this enabled me to use 1 piece of rope and 2 pieces of wood. Because a lot of times you just can't find 4 trees that are all stuffed in there together. So, you know, always keep your eye out on cool things like this. This is impressive to me. I really like it. All right, we're all cleaned up, got the shelter done, ready to drink some coffee, eat some rice, and get out of here. Don't that look good? Let's give it a try. You put onions in it, didn't you, Mike? All right, let me chow down on this, and then we'll get back with you when we're going to leave. Okay?
Are you done yet?
Hey, give me a minute. I'm trying to enjoy myself here. Enjoy the scenery. Man, this is really good with the noodles and the onions and stuff. But got a little bit of flavor of Spam and a little bit of rubbery taste. Maybe like a rubber duck or a rubber fish. Alright, cut that off and let me finish eating. We'll go as soon as I'm done. Alright, looks like we're going to be heading south. Because I think down at the bottom of the mountain, I think there's going to be a shorter way out of here. All right, there's a trail, Nick. I knew there'd be a trail. I knew this was going to be a lot shorter. I knew it. I knew we should go south. I just didn't know this was here. Check this out now. This is a real shortcut.
Long ways down.
Come on down. That was fun. All right, I got to tell you guys, I have had an absolute ball. Oregonmike, thank you, thank you, thank you. I haven't had this much fun since survival vacation. When Nick packed my backpack, but when you packed my stuff, it was great. I haven't had this much fun in a long time. And to the rest of you YouTubers out there in the YouTube bushcraft survival community, I know you got good friends. Get with your friends. Get them to pack you a pack, and ask them if they'll let you pack them a pack, and then you go out on your own adventure. You just won't believe how much fun this is, opening up a package and not knowing what it is. Once again, thanks Oregonmike, you're a great guy. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Hope you enjoyed it.